we'll see if anyone comes in in the morning, so anybody might come over, maybe in a few minutes or after, on the way to work. Nice to do some early morning chats again. For those of you who didn't know, I got banned again, which was hilarious. I'll just give it a few minutes. The moon's out, but it's a bit, not really foggy, it's just a bit damp this morning. Somebody there. I've just actually dropped some of my little boy's smaller clothes that he had in his wardrobe when I was straightening his bedroom, tidying it out, clearing it out, so I just dropped them off at the local charity shop. Hi Stephanie, how are you? Forgot about Sunday, didn't I? Said I'd been busy though, but yeah, so I've just dropped them off outside the shop. Got rid of them, someone can use them. They're like a couple of coats that were small from when he was like a toddler, and a couple of shirts. They were like brand new anyway. So you know how kids go through things really quickly, they grow out of things really quickly, and he does because his dad's quite tall and he's always having growth spurts. But how are you? Yeah, I've put great times on the trees because it is coming out on a rapid level. And it's funny because I was just listening to a lady in America, and I can't remember what her channel's called. ISIS something. Can't think. Sometimes when I see people pop up, I seem to who I resonate with. I'll just have a little listen. And she was talking about Kanye and how a lot of people are backpedaling now with him. And I said, yeah, a lot of people are backpedaling with him now. Seeing what he's actually saying, he's not crazy. And also I said, and a lot of people will be backpedaling with Trump as well. And it's the 15th tomorrow, and he's supposed to be making an announcement, not that any of us know what that is. I've also just chucked a small video up of, I can't remember which celebrity it is, talking about the real President, Trump. That was really good. I just chucked it up on my community page, I think. But yeah, we are in great times. I'm good. Hope you are well. Have a great week. Yeah. I'm good. Still working on my, bits and bobs that I do. Been busy with that. Making some more things last night because I want more. I want inventory, so it's not like I'm putting a lot of it out. Just a couple of things. And I'm getting a contract at work as well, which is good. Because I was only temp up there full time, but yeah, so they're taking me on. I have asked for a chair as well because we don't have chairs. We stood up a lot, but apparently you can get little factory chairs, which are, because sometimes in the job there's things you do where you stood up but you're sort of moving a little bit about, so you're not stood in the same place on a concrete floor. But then there's other bits that I do where I'm stood in the same spot, and I always suffer with my feet, which is really funny because that's the area of Pisces, is feet. So I did ask for that. They said they'd get me some little factory chair thing that you sort of can sit on slightly and it takes the weight off your feet a little bit. So that should be good. But yeah, out there, seen the beautiful wedding of Tiffany, Trump's other daughter. Beautiful, and they all wore Tiffany blue dresses, wink wink, nudge nudge. I don't know that's what I'm saying. And that was beautiful. It's the 15th tomorrow, so there's meant to be an announcement. He could be playing the game because the left are going mad. The media are probably cacking themselves as well. So, it could be anything. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Hi Jeffrey. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I did share the video of Kanye, which I did tell everybody about ages ago. And also I heard as well, apparently, I don't know if it's some MPs or whatever I call him, the guy who's in now, I can't remember his name, Rishi, whatever his name is, he'll be going anyway, but he's another one asking him to call back the smart meters, which they spent millions on giving them out free. We all know why. I never wanted one, and I haven't got one. Apparently because if you are linked to that through Wi-Fi, I don't know how they work, if you didn't pay your bill, if you pay bills anyway the normal way, you can't just cut your energy off. Apparently, if you are on one of them, they can. So when you go on about energy, you know, the energy might go out, or you know, the lights or whatever. They can do that with a switch of a button. So don't know how true that is, but that's apparently what was reported in one of the papers or something. You might have to share it. And I kept telling my mum not to get a smart meter. You don't need a smart meter. They're dangerous as well. You've got to think why they were giving them out free. Literally giving them out free. I have tried to talk about the truth for over 2 years. And now I think I'm not making a difference. You don't need to make a difference. Jeffrey, the thing is, I was talking to a friend about this. Facebook is part of their system, so they will ban you on there. I'm restricted on my account. Anything you put out, they will restrict. Not all your friends and family can see it, but not all your friends and family will probably want to see it. As I was saying to a friend the other day, there are a lot that are still asleep. They might be scratching their heads. It's very, very frustrating. But this is why all the alternative channels, I don't mean YouTube's alternative, but I mean the people who speak out about stuff, me and many others, all on different platforms, Rumble, everywhere. That's why people go to those people, because they can talk to people in the chat. You know, we know what's going on. You won't get that on Facebook. And the thing is as well, you are making a difference by, if you've planted a seed with anyone about it, they will remember, because it's coming out full force. People always say they can't see it. Well, it is, and there's more and more, and there's going to be massive truth drops. They'll remember what you tried to tell them, but at the same time, that doesn't matter, because it's coming anyway. So I said to a friend yesterday, you know, we've done what we can do. If they haven't listened, they haven't listened. And whether that's, you know, the thing that was going on for a few years recently that everyone seems to forget about, it doesn't matter, because it's coming anyway. All you've got to do is keep yourself sane, healthy, and keep going. Stay grounded and still get on with your life, because we're still here doing this. Those that can't see will see eventually, but it does make a difference. You're welcome, Jeffrey, because I see this happening on a daily basis, and with that I also see on a daily basis people still getting frustrated, especially when it comes to family and friends. But as we've said before, they've took the choice not to listen. There's been information everywhere, if people go and research, but some people choose not to, because at the end of the day there's a lot of people in fear, which you've got to understand. I said to someone the other day, the programming's been very, very strong for a long, long time, and for them to come out of their bubble and have it burst of what they thought life was about, or maybe what they've been a part of without knowing, because we all have in a sense, because the brainwashing and programming has been very strong. They're going to find it very, very hard, and this is why we talk about healing, and lots of people have gone into that, or they have centres, or they're building new foundations for things, because they know what's coming. We always knew what was coming. All you've got to do is stay calm in the iron storm, and it's not hit properly, and be there for those ones, even the ones that you know, or maybe the toughest ones to get through, threatening friends and family, thinking you were crazy and this, that and the other, may have shunned you as well. But again, you've got to understand, after all, you've still got animals. A lot of that's falling away. A lot of people are asking more and more questions now, which they should have been anyway. But there are also a lot that I don't even notice when you say things. It's like they forget or they don't remember. And there's a lot of that going around now where people are saying they don't remember things. They've got like brain fog. We'll be talking about that at some point as well. And I've said, yeah, the people I know who have that are the people who've had the you know what. As if it's stopping them from remembering things or remembering that we've said things to try and, you know, help them or to even get them to move to do their own research. So this is why I've always said it's been very important to be on YouTube or wherever for the pockets of people that I've felt on their own, because people are definitely forgetting. Yeah, they are. Forget what happened yesterday, a lot of people. But a lot of people who, like I said, who are maybe on their own because friends and family have shunned them. They don't want to know because they think they're crazy. Or people have passed and you feel on your own. This is why it was so important that people found their own community with the truth or what they line up to, whatever that is to you, where they can go in a chat room, like, for example, people do on mine, and you can all communicate and you're seeing other people talking about the things you're feeling and seeing and maybe researching on that other people are doing it. And this is why the Q movement's been massive. You know, if you're not into that, fanfare behind, but all that was said on that has been happening. So, you know, a lot of ignorant people out there, that's how they choose to be, that's how they choose to be. It's the same with all the other truth, is we've been given the information. Yes, it's a war on information. Yes, there's a lot of nonsense out there. You have to sift through a lot, and that's why a lot of people I've watched or seen, some have fell off because they're confused. A lot have gone a bit mental. Because they're taking in too much information and can't decipher between which is true and which is not. So it is important. And like I said, Facebook and all that lot, I only use Facebook to chuck a few things on because they do censor you on there. Hence why Elon has took over Twitter. Get on Twitter. Because they're not censoring like they were on there, which we knew this was happening because Q always said the media would be the last ones to take down. So you let them play the game, you let them roll on with the bullshit, it all gets seen, just like with the voting now. They're taking days to do it, or even if they've done it in whatever counties or they've not done it, because that's how they cheat. If it goes blue, everybody will know they're cheating because we know they're going red, or they're not even reporting on who's won the county or state or whatever you call it over there, it's state, when they've gone red. That's because we know they cheat. So it's all going to be seen either way. It's like the people who say Trump's going to be arrested. Maybe he's the one where, you know, they say, oh, this arrest will shock the world. I don't know. And if it was him, it'd be brilliant because nothing would stick, and it'd mean there was an investigation and they'd have to drag everything up. And if he wasn't, we know as well, because it's the same thing. He's not part of that side, so either way, it will get seen. There's a lot of people out there that don't understand how it's all played out. They don't understand the communications and a lot of the coding. They make it, and some people put it out and make it like as if it's dead difficult when it's not. I mean, it's in depth. I don't know all of it, but you can blatantly see get through the top layer of it and stuff. So it's not that hard. And blatantly you can see we're in something, because as people say, they think the world's gone mad, but out of chaos comes calm. So you've got to destroy something, you could say like Cali, to bring something good in. Because the Democrats have destroyed a lot, tried to destroy America, but somebody came in who wasn't having it with a load of patriots And it goes the same for the world because the same thing's happening everywhere else. And that's why Trump said first America and then the world. Everyone take back your countries and make them great again. We can still all be friends and be united in that one same thing, because we are all the same. And we've been under, what would you say, tyrannical rule, whatever the word is, that a lot of us know. So, hi RW. I'm not even looking at the chat, I'm just waffling on the way to work. I don't even know what time it is to get across this road. Let's see. Yeah. So. How's everybody in chat anyway? But like I said, don't get too frustrated with you think you're not waking people up, or especially your family, friends are not seeing what you see. They will do. Like I said, a lot of them don't want the bubble burst because a lot of them might have to let go of certain things that they once, I don't know, they're accustomed to, whatever the word is. But like I said, great times we're in. It's the 15th tomorrow, if there's an announcement made or not. But do check out my community page because I just threw up, I can't remember what celebrity it is, talking about the real president. So, because you've got to remember, good evening. Hi Dave. Thank you. Yeah, I got banned. I thought it was 2 weeks. I think it was 3 or a month or so. A month. Yeah, probably my last time now. But like I said, if I go down again, I'll be coming back under the same name. Either my old name or this name. But yeah. What was I going to say then? Yeah, I mean, everyone goes about Trump winning again, but really, he doesn't need to win again. Because if he says, I mean, I know he talks in code sometimes, but he doesn't need to run because he never lost. It just needs to be proven that what they did with the voting system, which makes me laugh because it's the midterms. The midterms have done. Don't know if they've finished counting, obviously, because we know what's going on there. But like I said, if something happens either way, you'd have to investigate, and then it might mean re-investigating the last one to check it, and then you realise that Mr. B wasn't really, voted in by the people. So it's interesting. But I guess we'll see. What do you think of these people actually turning on Mr. T, like Candice Owens? I don't know. I mean, I think Candice is great. We've also got to remember a lot play the game as well when it looks like they're doing something in left. I mean, has she turned, or was it just someone saying she has? I haven't seen anything. But you've got to remember, some people play the game of, messing up, trying to confuse the other side. But I see a lot of people, especially if you don't know about the Q stuff, a lot of people, if they think somebody's not said something, say like Mr. T at a certain time, a lot of people do this in the movement. That's why we try not to put dates out, because when it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean it's not happened. It might have happened, but you've not heard it being reported, or something happened and they have to delay it by a day or two or whatever, because there's a lot of military operations as well. It's not as easy as what people think. So when they think it hasn't happened, they all fall off the wagon. Like, a lot of people fell off, a lot of people got back on again and they fall off. So if someone's not done something in a time, or not said something they think they want to hear, they fall off. And at the end of the day, Hi National, it's not what we want to hear, even though there's been a lot of things that we want to hear our way, in our time. It's a massive plan that's been going for years, and it has to be done delicately and in the way it needs to be done by the military, not the way we want to see it. That's why a lot of people get mad. It has to be the way they do it. They're the ones doing the military ops, this, that and the other. They're the ones, you know, certain things that have been very sensitive to do with the children and stuff like that, that it's not up to us at the end of the day when things are supposed to be done and how it's supposed to be said. A lot of disinformation has been put out by the good side as well, and even we've probably said it, which is good because it still confuses the other side, which is good because, like I said before, there was no way you were going to put out when Hillary's arrest would be, what time and what date, because what would you do? You just wouldn't be there, would you? If you were watching, which they would have been checking the boards and this, that and the other for information. There's been twists and turns in that. There's been white hats that are black hats that are white hats, people that are grey, like you could say like Elon maybe, to fuck it all up because they're watching. So, like I said, if you knew what time and date they were coming for you, you wouldn't be there on that time and date, so that would be daft. So, who knows? But there's a lot that goes on. So, I just say, like I keep saying, don't get caught up in it all. The dates, when this, when that. I mean, what will Trump say tomorrow? Will he say what we think he's going to say? Will he say something else? It'll probably be coded anyway. Will he say anything at all? People might go, oh, it's not what, he hasn't said this. And it's like, it doesn't matter. The left are packing themselves. And they don't know what's going on. Also this month on 25th, it would have been, or it is I should say, JFK Jr.'s birthday. So that's a good month to be in. So I'm starting to get into the Batman way of thinking. Yeah, and do you remember the little kid who said to Trump on the plane when he was on the Trump, it might have been Air Force One actually, I don't know, there was a little boy and he said, are you Batman? And Trump said, yeah. Trump's like the Riddler. But he said yeah, which made me laugh because I would say Superman because he's the man of steel. He knew about steel, he knows about steel, he knows how strong it is. That's why he knows about the Twin Towers and you know how it was a demolition, as a lot of us know, because he builds buildings and he knows about steel. So think of it that way. People literally say you say that, they think you're actually saying he's Superman. It's like, no, think about it. Yeah, Superman. So, well, he's the only one when you look back and research all the interviewers were asking him years ago, way before all this. He said if he ever needed to come and help with America to be president, he didn't really want to, but if he had to, he would, and he did. He was saying that way back. That's what I've said to people who sit there, who don't do the due diligence, can't say that word, by researching their own, not listening to other people, not listening to me or anyone else, actually go and doing your own research and finding these, videos with the people on that were saying stuff way before all this, when he was a lot younger, you know. But they don't want to, because a lot of people don't want to feel that they were, they couldn't see, or, you know, they feel stupid for not seeing what others have seen. And basically, like, I spoke to a friend the other day and she said, oh, I never had time to research, but I'm trying to research a bit now. I did have time to research at the time, so I was lucky, but there was no excuse in lockdown not to research when a lot of people, you know, were sent home. And yeah, some of it wasn't nice, but a lot of people had time to actually start snooping about and researching stuff that they may have heard about. Even if they didn't believe it, there's a curiosity that a lot of people some people will have gone over, looked, and thought it wasn't for them, because like I said, there's a lot of people out there who don't want the bubble burst, but the truth is the truth at the end of the day, and the truth can be painful. But we can't have a new way of being for everybody in the world if the evil isn't brought down. And that's why I don't lie with a lot of stuff where people go on about spirituality, certain spirituality channels that all go on about 50 and all that. Yes, I'm into all that, but you are here on earth at the same time in a physical body. So there is physical things going on, and you know, we need to be physically ready for that, because as I heard someone saying the other day, you know, we do have our spirit body, but that spirit body is in our physical vessel, and we're dealing with the physical down here. You could say, like when people say what's done in heaven is done on earth, what's done in the spiritual, well yeah, it's playing down on earth. So the physical realm needs sorting out, and that to me is what's happening, the manifested world. Yeah, but if you think about it, Jeffrey, a lot of people sort of say that about the other people that don't see. But you've got to remember, I said to my friend yesterday, think about, we've all been brainwashed at some point, think about how strong they've had the programming. All these people who sit and watch telly day in, day out, and buy a newspaper from the shop, they are heavily programmed. And that's why they don't see. TV is a hyper-hypnosis machine. And also, I believe we know the tech they have, the frequencies that are pumped out on a daily basis, kids playing on computers, all that stuff that's coming through the TV, everything, it brainwashes people. And if you've seen the film They Live, it's a bit like that. The guy at the end pulls down the mast on the big station, the radio station, TV station, whatever it is, and when he breaks it, the illusion drops, obviously. Some of the people in it that are taking over are aliens, but you know what some of us are saying, but either way, whatever. But the point being is, when he takes that tower out, that's admitting all these frequencies to people that can't see. You know, he saw when he put the glasses on, I can't remember what the word is, but you can feel sorry for these people in a way, and sometimes not in a way, because they've had a lot of information given to them and they didn't look. But at the same time, remember how deep the programming goes. I'm gonna have to go because it keeps going off. I wonder why. I wish we could do the ending to They Live. Yeah, well, it is happening, Jeffrey, but it's got to happen in the right time for everybody, so everybody wakes up. Like I said, it's not when we want it to happen, even though it's frustrating, and that's why I keep telling people to keep doing the things that you love doing, enjoying, keep yourself grounded. This is a time, autumn, winter, for resting, nurturing and self-care. So with that, I'm gonna go because I'm sweating. Thank you, Jeffrey. We're all sisters and brothers in this together. Doesn't matter where we come from, what colour skin we've got, what our religious backgrounds are, if you've got one, we're all in this together. So I'm going it. You always get one. You always get one that comes in with the silly girl chat things. So yeah, have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you all soon this week. And don't forget, it's the 15th tomorrow. What is Trump going to say?